What is happening, guys? Welcome back to another reaction. We're checking out Gameboy by KATSEYE. I'm very excited about this one, especially after Gabriella, which ended up being probably my favorite song from them so far. And I just really admired their duality going from Gnarly to Gabriella while still having like some sort of like this interesting social commentary that they still managed to have, even though the songs couldn't be more different. And like the heavy emphasis on like a telenovela slash soap opera aspect was also really cool, with the ultra dramatic turns and events and twists and all that kind of stuff. It was really dope. Whoever produced and whoever really thought that concept through was definitely big into telenovelas. So, and also the inclusion of Jessica Alba was something that I never in a million years would have expected. And as someone that had a giant crush on her growing up, it felt like I was back in like 2005-6 again. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're checking out Gameboy by KATSEYE.
Tell your friends that I love the drama. Play pretend, but you know it's common. You're the one that's only calling. You can blame me, but I ain't the problem. You keep on pushing my buttons. You do. With me, you leveled up. Yeah, it's true. Now I'm somebody you don't wanna lose. You're just a Gameboy. I ain't tryna Gameboy. I ain't thinking about you. Not thinking about you. Love you's a Gameboy.
Sit back. The facial expressions might be some of the most animated I've ever seen from like anyone. Like that's really cool.
You're just a Gameboy. I ain't tryna Gameboy. I ain't thinking about you. Not thinking about you. Love you's a Gameboy. I should throw it away, boy. I ain't thinking about you. Ooh. You're just a Gameboy. I ain't tryna Playboy. I ain't thinking about you. Not thinking about you. Love you's a Gameboy. I should throw it away, boy. I ain't thinking about you.
Gameboy's a fuckboy. R.I.P.
I've been doing me, but I don't mind. That's mine. That's mine. Me and all my friends in the backseat, headed to the club in a taxi. I'm fine. Oh no. You keep on pushing my buttons. You do.
Ooh, that was really cool. That was really cool. Like, you keep on driving me further into the ground. That was a really nice detail.
Headed to the club in a taxi. I'm fine. Oh no. You keep on pushing my buttons. You do. With me, you leveled up. Yeah, it's true. Now I'm somebody you don't wanna lose.
Jesus.
You're just a
that facial expression was just wild. Like, so animated. And I love the anime, almost like a game character with the gesture. That was really cool. Ooh. Yo, that looked like something out of like fucking Mario. Like almost like you eating a mushroom and get bigger or something like that. Not that kind of mushroom. Like the literal game. You know what I mean? Like the way she made her grow. That was cool. You're the one that's only calling. Blaming me, but I ain't the problem. You're just a Gameboy. I ain't tryna Gameboy. I ain't thinking about you. Not thinking about you. Love you's a Gameboy. I should throw it away, boy. Man. You're just And whoever did the styling, like that lining, the red lining, Jesus, that was dope. Damn, that was really cool. I hope Nintendo doesn't sue you. And actually, I'm reading the comment section that the member Laura, who is playing the Game Boy, was injured, which is why she's not participating in the choreo. So the fact that they still managed to make her one of the focal points of the music video when she couldn't perform the choreo, so they turned her into like the metaphorical Game Boy that controls all of the girls, but fails because the girls are not looking for a Game Boy or a fuck boy. They're looking for, you know, someone real. You know, that was really cool. So kudos to them for like faking on the spot and like really making the best out of the situation. That was really an awesome touch. I love how different this is from Gnarly, from Gabriella, from like their other first two tracks that they did. Like, it's really insane, like how much range they have. And I love the fact that both Gabriella and Game Boy really show off their vocals, but in a completely different way. Like, Gabriella had like a lot of depth in their vocals, and the choreo itself was very, you know, very extravagant, very like mature, much like, you know, very like theatrical as like, you know, telenovelas are, in terms of how grand like the twists and the turns and how everything is like there's like an element of overacting in telenovelas, and like extreme like close-ups and zoom-ins and all that kind of stuff. So they did everything to a T in terms of like really adapting to the telenovela style. Not just, it's almost like they didn't create a parody of a telenovela, they became a telenovela. But Game Boy still focuses on like very pretty vocals in a completely different way. It is pretty, like there's a little bit more highs. It feels enchanting. It feels almost magical. And I love the choreo. Like, the choreo couldn't be further different from both Gabriella and Gnarly. Like, it's playful, but in the literal sense of like they actually feel like game characters. Like the gestures when they do I'm not looking for a Game Boy, like the stances and everything, it legitimately looks like some kind of a jumping move from like a Nintendo character or something like that playing on a Game Boy. Like, that was really dope. The way they did like the push my buttons as she's literally pushing down as if like you're burying me into the ground, or like the way they prompt the girl up as she's almost like grew as if she had like a mushroom or something in fucking Mario. That was really cool also. It wasn't until like the second minute that I realized that this is just it's a music video, but for the most part it's actually a performance video. Like, it's so immersive, and it's so cool to look at their facial expressions. Like, all of them are so freaking animated. I know that I focused a lot on the girl that starts like the Game Boy choreo, and like her eyes are just insanely like addicting. The way you look at her expression, it's wild. But all of them did a phenomenal job. Like, they incorporated, like, some girls were incorporating a little bit more maturity, some girls were a little bit more playful. I love the fact that one girl plays like the Game Boy, which is like the phone, and she's controlling them in a way, and then she failed at the end of the music video and it's game over. And I also really love the detail with the 6 lives, because it's like 6 members. So that was also like a nice, really cool attention to detail. Just in general, this was a really wonderful, easy to listen to song. Honestly, I feel like if you were kind of on the fence after Gnarly, you can never be 100% sure, but I'm 99% sure that both Gabriella and Game Boy will probably turn you into a fan of KATSEYE, because whatever you may say about Gnarly, if the delivery or the execution of the music video, even if you understood like the satire, I can understand people being like, well, I get what they were doing, I just didn't like the execution. I was listening to the song, honestly, like that whole Gnarly part, like the Space Jam Mortal Kombat kind of like vibe that it had, or like 90s that it had in the pre-chorus, that's still stuck in my head, and I still see different videos of different anime characters doing the gnarly twerk, getting fucking 100,000s of likes on Instagram. Like, that song, whether you like it or not, is addicting as fuck. So if you were kind of on the fence on Gnarly and then you went into Gabriella and Gameboy, I feel like that would probably convert you into, at the very least, someone that likes KATSEYE, if not a fan of KATSEYE. So that's my opinion at the very least. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, as always, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you at that while I'm at it, for all the amazing support on the Gabriella reaction, and obviously the very first reaction that we did to KATSEYE with their first 3 music videos, which concluded with Gnarly. Really appreciated the Gnarly reaction. Like, the views are fucking gnarly. Like, it's amazing. Thank you so much for like over 110,000 views and nearly like 50,000 views on the Gabriella video. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for the love, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Be well and safe wherever you are. See ya.